All right. Hello, everyone. Let's get started. Can you all hear me okay? Yeah, thank you. So, whether you're an executive making AI investment decisions, or you're a leader trying to make your investment decisions, or a builder, you're just simply trying to deploy your applications, I have 3 questions for you that could keep you up at night. And you've invested a lot of time and resources in building your AI applications, right? So, how do you know that the users are using your AI applications responsibly or they're exposing your organization to risk? The second question, how do you know that whether the users or your AI systems are exposing sensitive information to unauthorized users? And the third question is that, how do you know that the actual AI spend is actually driving your business value or is just creating chaos, noise, and liability for your applications? And these are the exact same questions I hear from my own customers through my direct interactions with them. And as per the analyst, 66% of executives identified data privacy and security as one of their top AI risks. And 77% executives believe that you can build a true AI system only based on the foundation of trust. So in this session today, I'll walk you through practical framework for building responsible AI applications using Amazon Bedrock Guardrails and Amazon CloudWatch. I'll also show you how Guardrails can help you ensure safety at runtime, how CloudWatch can get you the insights and meaningful, actionable insights out of your data, and how building a powerful, purposeful dashboard can actually get you the insights so that you can act on that data available to you. Hello everyone again, I'm Sashikiran Maladi. I'm a Principal Technical Account Manager and an Observability Specialist here at AWS. I work with some of the largest and most impactful customers globally and I help them on their AWS cloud journey. Let's get started. So in this session, I'm going to take 2 real-world examples so that you have the full application context. I'm going to use the same examples throughout the presentation today. I'll show you first without the guardrails, how in real world, how those applications would look like, then with the guardrails, how that will look, what difference would that make? So the first example, it's a very common use case. For the context, let's say I've taken a banking example, right? So I've given, there is a fee for opening a checking account, there is a fee for international transfers, and some other details. But the user, in this case, you'd have seen that they prompted, what's the fee for opening a savings account, which that information isn't available in your enterprise data, but the AI confidently responded that there's a fee for opening a savings account. This is called hallucination. It's a fabricated information or inaccurate information. And when AI responds with hallucinations, that's when it creates business risk for you, and it can quickly erode trust for your own customers. And the difficult part is that the AI sounds so reasonable that it's difficult to detect these hallucinations without proper guardrails in place. Let's look at the second example. In this example, and all of your organizations would be having the same contact center. You'd have a customer support agent and a customer asking for request and help. So in this example, I've given a simple context of an agent conversation where one of your customers, let's say they call customer support to reset the password. And during the process, they would have given the credentials like a full name, a username, or email, phone number, and social. But when you're trying to do call center analytics, that sensitive information can be exposed to unauthorized users that can pose a significant risk for your businesses. So this is another challenge. And this is a very common real-world example as well. So to level set everybody, we'll do a quick overview of what responsible AI is and what is that practical framework. So your AI systems are incredibly powerful, but at the same time, they bring new set of challenges. And those include, let's say, for example, starting with irrelevant topics. For example, you built a powerful chatbot for a trading application, but your users are using it to ask for political views, or maybe vice versa. Let's say you build an application for a healthcare application, but your users or the model responding back on trying to get stock information, which is irrelevant, which is only misusing your system resources. And next can be harmful content, let's say either user prompting or the model responding in an inappropriate way, which is against your company policies. And the next is data privacy and protection, revealing sensitive information either to unauthorized users or externally as well. And the next is hallucinations, which is inaccurate information, which is not as per enterprise data, but it's just fabricated information. So building responsible AI application means that they're safe, they're secure, the data is protected, all the stakeholders, they have equitable information, they all have visibility into end-to-end and monitoring of what exactly is happening within your system. And there is full concrete governance frameworks for your entire AI supply chain. And they're also able to make why the model made certain decisions. So they have full transparency into how those systems are built. All in all, this is what would actually help build a responsible AI system. Now, to build a responsible AI application, all these three capabilities need to work together. Amazon Bedrock Guardrails can help build that foundation for you, enforcing safety and policies at runtime. With that, it can block harmful content, it can filter sensitive information, and it can also prevent hallucinations. It will also ensure that the model is responding in the same voice and tone that your organization requires. With the CloudWatch, it can help transform all of your telemetry into meaningful insights so that you can act on them. And you could also get insights like, for example, who is using a system, how are they using it, when the guardrail intervenes, why it intervened, what types of topics are being blocked. So you get full visibility into that. So that's how you derive insights out of your guardrail telemetry. Once you have the insights, the next step is to actually act on that, right? So once you know that you breach certain thresholds, and you can define the thresholds, like how many times the guardrails intervene and so on. When those thresholds are breached, you can act on that. Like, let's say, for example, you can look at your policies or you could take remediation actions. So this completes the full loop, which is prevention, detection, and action. That's all required for your responsible AI applications. Now, with Amazon Bedrock Guardrails, it provides you with flexible configurations across different categories. These can be based on the content. You can configure what type of content is accepted, what is blocked. You can work on your sensitive information, or you can anonymize that, or you can completely block any sensitive information, either in the prompt or at the model response level. And you also get full configuration options, either certain words, certain phrases, certain topics that's against your company policy. The guardrails can also intervene that. With the guardrails in place, it can block up to 88% of harmful content. It can also prevent up to 75% hallucinations using advanced automated reasoning checks and advanced grounding checks as well. Now, let's take a look at the previous example with the guardrails in action. On the left side, you could see without the guardrails that using the hallucination scenario, it gave the information which is not available in your enterprise data. On the right side, you could see with the guardrails, how the guardrails intervene. It identified that whatever the user is asking, that information isn't available in your enterprise data, right? So that's a standard response, but you can fully customize how you wanted the model to respond. Let's take the second example, which is revealing the sensitive information. On the left side, you could see without the guardrails. On the right side, you could see when the guardrails are applied, you could see the guardrails intervened. In this case, I choose to anonymize the data so that I still have the agent conversation on the context, but the credentials or the sensitive information is anonymized, right? So that would also a powerful way to understand conversations. If you choose, you could also block sensitive information as well. So the first step is enforcing the guardrails. Now let's take a look at the second step, which is actually to derive meaningful insights out of your guardrails telemetry. So Amazon CloudWatch helps you get your end-to-end full stack, your application either on AWS, on-prem, or other clouds with powerful capabilities, including with generative AI observability for your end-to-end agentic AI workflows. And you also get AI-powered operations, which can significantly reduce your incident detection and response times. And you get full powerful infrastructure capabilities, observability and monitoring, including for your core compute, storage, databases, networking, and security. It also comes with all new powerful capabilities, including metrics, logs insights, and powerful dashboards for you to get the right insights all in one place. Now, with Amazon CloudWatch, you get all of this guardrail telemetry. Automatically, you can get meaningful insights out of that. And there is no additional instrumentation required. All of the telemetry is available to you, and you can use them to derive meaningful insights out of that. And under that guardrails namespace, you could use that information. Let's say, for example, you can understand how many models are invoked, how many times those invoked, or how many times the guardrails intervene against your total invocations. So you can derive all of the powerful, both at the model level and also at the guardrail information. Now, it also provides you with an automatic dashboard. This is out of the box. It's available to you. It's very powerful. With this, you can understand what are the total invocations of your AS systems, out of which how many times the guardrails actually intervened. Or you could also look at your model performance, latencies. So all of that is available to you in this out-of-the-box dashboard. Now, let's say other than the automatic dashboard, you'd want to customize more, you'd want to get more additional dive deeps into that. You could build a purpose-built dashboard like this, fully customized. I know it's a busy slide, it's a lot of information. I'll break it down into each components and I'll walk you through that as well. But with this one single view, you get the full picture of your entire AI application, both from the performance and also from the safety standpoint. So let's dive deep into this a little bit. Starting with, in a lot of my customer conversations, this is an important topic where you'd want to understand across all of your accounts, across the regions or across the models, you'd want to understand what's the model usage, what are the top models that are being used, or how many times those models been invoked. Or this will also help you to understand what model usage is actually driving your AI spend. So it will give you this powerful insights into your model across accounts as well. And the next set of insights is now that you know your guardrails in place, you'd want to understand whether is it the user prompts that's causing the guardrails to intervene, or is it the model responses. You could also understand and by the categories, whether is it to do something with the content or is it with sensitive information. So you could get all of that insights from this view. And this is all available in your metrics as well, in the guardrails telemetry. And the next set of information is, this is more understanding the performance itself. Overall, how many invocations you made to your system, and out of that, how many times a guardrail has to intervene. That will also give you understanding how sensitive your guardrails are, right? Then the next information is on the latency itself, whether it's adding additional latency or what's the latency across your model invocation. Going a little bit deeper into the content itself. Now, we talked about the sensitive information. Now, we'd want to understand within the sensitive information, what types of information is being leaked. For example, it can identify the names, emails, phone numbers, or social security numbers, bank account numbers, any other sensitive information. It can flag and tell you whether if that information is being leaked in this case. And also, it can also identify any denied topics. Let's say, as per your company policies, you could deny certain topics like investment advice, security-related topics, right? It could also identify that. And finally, any blocked words, profane words, all of that it can identify. And the next is the important one. This is the view which would get you insights into the hallucinations. You could see that based on the grounding checks and irrelevant topics. If your users are prompting irrelevant topics, or if the model is responding with irrelevant topics, you could see this view would give you that. And also within the content, another powerful feature is you could understand whether if it's hateful speech or insulting, or another important one is a prompt attack, which is very similar to the DDoS attacks, right? The prompt attacks, it can quickly drain your resources and can increase your spend or AI spend, right? So that's also important metric for you to get insights into. And finally, you'd want to understand what accounts are contributing to these guardrail interventions. And finally, you'd want to understand which are the bad actors, or who exactly are the users contributing to this guardrail intervention. So this is a powerful view to finally drill down to get into who exactly is breaching these violations. And all of this, the custom dashboard, you could also build using this metrics, and also if you use capabilities of this logs, using this logs insights. It has powerful capabilities, SQL-like queries as well. And you could also use the latest natural language style queries as well. You could prompt, and it would generate the queries for you, and you could use them to build and make them as components in your dashboard as well. So next powerful feature is that now that we've had the Bedrock guardrails can help you protect at the prompt level. But another use case, what would happen when the model logging is enabled, those logs also would be available in your CloudWatch logs. Or it could be simple, like as simple as a developer doing a print statement, right? So then that sensitive information is logged as well. So in that case, you could use the CloudWatch logs data protection feature. With very few simple steps, you can configure this. There are more than 100 plus managed data identifiers already available to you for you to use. And you could also customize that with custom regex as well. With those in place, what it can do is it can automatically detect sensitive information like names, emails, phone numbers, social security, or driver's license, bank account numbers, and etc. Right? And it will intervene that, and it will. You can say it completely redacted sensitive information on the right side with the asterisk. So that's how with 2 layers of protection, the guardrails can do at the prompt level, and the CloudWatch logs data protection can intercept at the log level. So you get end-to-end protection with these 2-layered protection. So once we have the insights, the next step is what are the actions we're going to take out of those insights. So that's when we use the CloudWatch alarms, which can continuously monitor your guardrail telemetry using the metrics and can alert you when the thresholds are breached. And you can set the configuration. Let's say in this example, I set the threshold, let's say when there are X number of guardrails intervened, I'm going to get alerted. I'm going to take remediation actions in real time. And you could use that something like when there is a prompt attack or when there is a sensitive information leak or anything that's relevant to your business, you can define alarms for that. You can get notified and you can take actions in real time. And finally, once you know that you notified there is something wrong, what are the different actions that you can take? As a leader, you'd want to assess your organizational risk and come back with a prioritization plan. What are the next steps that you'd want to do? And those controls can be as simple as assigning responsible AI trainings to your employees, or it can be adjusting a guardrail sensitivity, right? And on a recurring basis, continuously monitor and audit so that these controls are working as expected or in place. And finally, the threats keep changing or the bad actors would find new ways. That's when you can reiterate to look at and optimize, maybe update your trainings or update your guardrails. So all in all, this full life cycle would give you to understand to set the complete responsible AI applications. And as next steps, to summarize, we looked at a powerful practical framework to build responsible AI applications using the Amazon Bedrock guardrails and Amazon CloudWatch. And I've put together these resources for you. Please use this QR code. It has all of the information available to you, including expert discussions. It has hands-on workshops for you and best practices guide. And using this information, you could build a custom dashboard like the one that I built. And that dashboard is really powerful. And I would encourage you to try to build a dashboard, and you'll be surprised to see how your AI system is being used. Please give it a try. And please stop by at the CloudOps kiosk to have expert one-on-one conversations and also to collect your swag. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time.